Hello friends, welcome back to Amazing Women's World. In this video I'll show you how to make this designer beads bridal designer back neck blouse. The embellished golden beads with the contrasted applique work, highlighting the pattern with the gold lace. All together makes the beautiful designer blouse. So let's quickly start with this project. I'll be using raw silk fabric of 1 meter and the lining of the same color for the preparation of the bodice, and green color brocade of half an meter. So let's start with the draft pattern. The length of the blouse I'll be taking is 13.5 inches. Mark the margin lines, and on that mark half of the shoulder length, which is 6.5 inches, and the neck width of 3 inches. Also mark the shoulder slope of half an inch, connect that to the neck point. And here mark half of the armhole length, which is 6.5 inches, connect that to the shoulder slope. Mark the midpoint of the armhole, which is 3/4 inches, and on this point I'll mark the chest length of 9.5 inches with 1.5 inches seaming allowance. Connect all the points by joining with the line. Now connect the chest point with the midpoint of the armhole with the curved line like this, and also mark the waist length, which is 18.5 inches. Mark 1.5 inches for the seaming allowance. Connect these points with the parallel lines. Now towards fold I'll mark 1.5 inches. I'll connect this with the neck width by joining with the lines like this. Now I'll show you how to mark for the designing. Firstly, mark U shape like this. And from the shoulder line, I'll be marking 6.5 inches. Down to this measurements, we'll mark for the designing. Now from the folds, mark 1 inch away, and this I'll connect to the marked point with the curved line. And here is our break point. From here, I'll draw the slanting line like this, and give the perfect U shape here like this. Now the designing is done. I'll be making it dark to make it visible. And also marking slanting line like this. Previously it was the straight line. I made a little slanting like this. Now I'll cut on these marked lines. The first one is the main bodice, and these two are the designing patterns. Our designer draft would look like this. Now this is the lining fabric. On the fold, place the draft pattern like this and give the markings. Also mark the seaming allowance of 1 centimeter towards neckline, shoulder line and the armhole. Towards sides I have already given. Cut on this marked dotted lines. The lining will be placed on the top layer of the fabric and trim accordingly. Now the designer patterns, I'd be laying this on the interfacing or the canvas. Transform the same design. Now I lay this glue side interfacing on the lining and get pressed well. I also trimmed the top layer of the fabric. Place right sides together. Now I'll be giving the markings. On these markings I'll give the stitch line. The other side we'll leave it. Only on this marked line we have to give the stitch. I sewed here. Now I'll be giving the slits. Now towards the lining, I would give the markings with the chalk like this. You can see the stamped markings of the interfacing here. The shape. On that shape we have to give the stitch line again for the reference. Now on this patch we have to give the piping look, so I'll lay this strip on the patch and we have to give the stitch line again. So leave a little and start sewing. Now flip this strip towards wrong side like this, and you can see here the well designed piping. So just adjacent to this piping we have to give the top stitch. Now on this patch I'd be joining this golden lace just away from the top stitch. Give another stitch line joining this gold lace. This is how our designer patch would look. The same we have to prepare for another side also. Now I'll join the lining with the main bodies of the fabric. Place it right on right and start sewing. Give the slits all around the neckline and flip towards wrong side. Press on this neckline and later I'll join the piping of the contrasted color. See, this is the green color piping. Lay underneath this neckline and start joining. And just away from this top stitch, I'll join the golden lace with the gap of 1 centimeter. Now I'll join these two designer pieces. As I said, the reference line to another side. Lay this side underneath these bodies. Start joining, giving the top stitch. To keep it in a place, I'll give the markings with the chalk. Just adjacent to the piping, give the top stitch. I'll now join another side. Now in the center, I'll use this 3 by 3 inches square pieces and make it in a triangle shape like this. Overlap all contrasted colors like this, laying one after another like this. I'll give the rough stitch, overlap it like this and start sewing. Now place this designed patch in the center and give the markings. Now I'll join this. I'm almost done with this designer blouse. Now I'll stitch the golden beads. Before that, I'll remove this rough stitch in the center. And these are the beads I'll be using. We have to give the hand stitch with the gap of 1 inch. All around this golden lace, I'll give the stitch. Now I'll join these beads in the center also, on the top of the triangles like this. Continue stitching the beads all around this lace. The final outcome is here. The embellished gold beads with the contrasted color designing, elevating the design with the golden lace and the contrasted piping. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button to support this video. Subscribe and stay tuned to watch more videos of latest fashions and trends. Thank you so much for watching.